It's always good to be introduced. It's always good to have great guests on your show that are game changers. That's the two people I'll be interviewing in a minute. Let me set up the stage. Let me set up the platform. You're listening to Money Making Conversation. I am the host of this show. This series is a talk show series that about entrepreneurship and entertainment. I provide the consumer and business owner access to celebrities, CEOs, entrepreneurs, and industry decision makers. It is important to understand that everybody travels a different path to success. That is because your brand is different. The challenges you face in your life are different. So stop reading other people's success stories and start writing your own. Now, you can be motivated by their success because their stories can offer direction and help you reach your goals through your planning and committed effort. My guests on Money Making Conversation have the same passion, and they share that information when we talk about their career, motivation, what they are promoting, how they live a balanced life, and their secrets to success. It's really great, it's the start of a new year, 2020. We always know in the first quarter people have these goals or these New Year resolutions to change, to lose weight, to be better parents, to be better people, to save money, to make money. But it all starts with a plan. These are just goals. These are just dreams, but you have to be consistent with your plan. A young power couple, they are very consistent with their goals and very articulate in how they're changing the world. They're true entrepreneurs. And on the show today to talk about several of their enterprises. There are many. They're the co-creators, and this is something new, co-founders, a fragrance line for men and women. You know I got to talk about that. Rushion always like to smell good. Sprinkle of Jesus, which is the #1 Christian mobile app with over 5 million users. Curl Bible, which is the #1 Black-owned online beauty supply distribution store. And Jumping Jack Tax, the fastest growing tax preparation service company in the country. See, I lay it out there. They #1 across the board. Bam, 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 bam. Please welcome back to Money Making Conversation, my girl, Dana Chanel, and my boy, Prince Donnell. What's up, team? Dana and Prince. How y'all doing? How y'all doing, DNP?
Good morning. How are you?
DNP. How y'all doing?
You literally give us the most exciting introduction we've ever heard. So thank you for that. You are so good at what you do.
Well, I'm telling you something. You guys are good at what you do. I recently had Prince on the show, and I wanted to just thank you guys. I gave him some information. I think I told Prince about the success when you guys came down to the HBCU week that was in Wilmington, Delaware, September 20th of last year. With that college fair where you were speaking at, Dana, they had on-the-spot registration for HBCU schools, and they registered 1,200 students. And
wow.
Over 427 received scholarships, full and partial, that totaled $3.9 million.
Wow.
That's that level of participation. You have to take credit. You were there. Your time was there. Your time was spent. Prince was there doing his thing, motivating, talking. I remember you guys sat down and had a conversation with Stephen A. Smith about what you guys are trying to do. And the both of you guys are always moving forward to inspire people. I want to hear from you first, Dana, and then Prince. I want you to share your vision on moving forward. What drives that inspiration?
I mean, the goal is to move forward together. You know what I mean? I just feel like there are so many, we're all about family business, and we're all about family generational wealth. And the goal is for us to continue to inspire that one person in the family who's the chosen one. Because at the end of the day, we know that our message is not for everyone. We know that everyone's not called to be an entrepreneur. We know that everyone's not called to be a leader. But if our message we could just get it out to that specific chosen person and your family and their family and the families across the country, then we can rise them up to the accountability and the responsibility level that they need to have in order to change the next generation of their family. And so when it comes to business, there's just so many hidden talents and just extraordinary things that each individual family member could do, but there was just never that one person that could pull it all together for them to do it for each other instead of doing it for a corporation who could care less what responsibility you have, and you are just a number, you are just you're just a person that at any point in time they can let go. And so for us, our vision behind all of our companies is literally creating an opportunity from licensing to with Jumping Jack Tax to distribution for getting people's products out there. But what's most important is that we're able to do it together. And Don and I have quickly found like what we're both individually really good at, and then together it's like we have absolutely no weaknesses. And so our recent project that we came out with was Cofounders, which is a his and her fragrance. They're two completely different scents, and the goal behind it was, dude, you have no idea how much love and support we've gotten from like social media. Like people always, and especially like older people too, they're like, oh my gosh, social media is the enemy, blah, blah, blah. Like it's the devil's playground, but it also is a breeding ground of purpose and extraordinary like love when you're using it in the right way. And from the beginning, since me and Don have started dating, like literally so many people have been so supportive. So we just kind of wanted to put it in product form. It's called Co-Founders because we believe that every family business, every family unit starts with its co-founders.
Well, great. Prince, your turn, my man.
It's kind of challenging to follow up from there, but
well, you know, I let the headliner go first now. Let the headliner go first.
That's the benefits of being with an extraordinary woman. So
absolutely,
I think that she summed it up correct. Is that we are the co-founders of our family, and we've been using this term more and more over the past few months. I think that when me and Dana first originally started our brands, it was separate. You know, she had her own separate brand and what she was selling, and then I had my own separate brand and what I was selling, because we were trying to build individually. But now we've come to realize over the course of these past 6 months that everything that we do together, in a sense of promotion, in a sense of putting our minds together from a business standpoint, from a marketing standpoint, knowing how to run the company from a corporate perspective, when we put it, like how to lead our teams effectively, that when we put our minds together, we just truly can't be stopped. And we're believers. We're believers that, you know, that our business will only go as far as the bond that we have with each other. And so we lean on each other, and we understand our weaknesses, we understand our strengths, and we play our lane and play our position. And ultimately what keeps, I don't know, you know, Dana gave her perspective, but what keeps me going is that I believe that it sounds cliche, but I truly have a purpose from God of understanding that we're sent here on this earth with a mission, right? Like, for example, when Moses was sent here, when Jesus was sent here, when Abraham was sent here, they all had missions that they had to play. And that mission could not be, like, in no way, shape, or form, nobody could deter them from that mission.
Right.
They knew that they had to hit the target.
Right.
And even when you look at animals, right? An animal, when he or she is on this earth, has a mission to either mate, to hunt, and to reproduce, and they follow that mission to the T. Humans make it complicated. So for me, I'm just trying to get to the point to where I'm not trying to complicate my life, but focusing in specifically on the mission of what God has me here to do until it's my time to go. And hopefully I make him proud of that.
You make me proud. You make me proud.
And being able to do that. Yeah.
I'm telling you, it really does. As a couple, you make me proud, because in the lanes that you guys are changing the game. First of all, usually it's like people over 40, you know, people my age, you know, we the experienced people, we know, and you guys are like telling young people, and it's important that you hear this in a positive manner. Because like I told Prince last time he was on the show, Dane, I went to the website and I saw all these young people on the cover, you know, and letting them know. And I always tell people in my conversation with them this, that your dream starts in your early years, you know, when you're 19,
That's
20,
good.
you know, you're inspired to do great things. And what happens is when people hit their 40s and 50s, sometimes those dreams are bent in a different direction. They might get married, they might have kids, they start listening to the wrong people too much, saying, hey, man, you crazy for doing that. I remember when I left IBM to be a stand-up comic. You know how many people told me I was crazy? But look at me now. So you have to you have to stop listening to people. And so, but you guys didn't listen. Y'all stayed focused because you had a family of entrepreneurship pushing you forward. That drive is what makes you successful today. I'm about to wrap up this break because, you know, you guys, y'all, you know, I could just ask one question. Y'all gonna talk for about 2-3 minutes. That's why I love both of y'all. I don't have to work when I get DNP on the phone, you know, Dana and Prince on the phone. But what I do want to make sure that people understand that jumping jack taxes is the first and fastest growing tax company in the country to bring tax professional to you. Just locate a Jumping Jack partner on our mobile app. That right there, my man, is a game changer. When we come back, we're going to get a little bit more detail because I want to also talk about the co-founders. We kind of like glossed over that because, you got to ship me some cologne out here so I can smell good for the young folks. Be back with more money-making conversation with Rushion McDonald and my favorite couple, Dana and Prince.
We'll be right back with more from Rushion McDonald and Money Making Conversations. Don't touch that dial.
Hi, this is Rushion McDonald, and you're listening to Money Making Conversation. It's tax season, and Dana and Prince created the virtual tax preparation service, Jumping Jack Tax, and the bookkeeping service software, Jack Books, to help people file their taxes and manage their business finances. On the phone is Dana and Prince. Tell me again, I know, Prince, you was on the show in December talking about this, Dana as well. Talk to me about exactly why did Jumping Jack Tax jump off? How can you license it, and why is it growing so fast?
That's such a good question.
Absolutely. Well, basically, I think, number one, we can all agree right now that the tax business is a universal service.
Yes.
Meaning that every single person across the country 100% needs their taxes done, or they're going to get penalties, or they're going to go to jail. Thank the government for that. So, with that being said, we went into an industry where every single person needs their taxes done, so everybody's your customer. And also, when you look at it as well, when you walk around our communities, this is a need-based business. This is something that everybody needs. So, when I look at it, I say to myself, this is a perfect business for somebody that wants to go into entrepreneurship and needs a blueprint.
Right.
Or somebody that is already in entrepreneurship but looking for an additional stream of revenue, or an entrepreneur who's looking for an exit plan out of the business that they're currently in. Mm-hmm. I think taxes is the perfect opportunity. And the reason why it's jumping off the way it is with so much momentum is because we've created a blueprint. Yes. I think the reason why you see so many nail salons all across the country is because they have a set blueprint in place that whoever wants to open up the nail salon that's in the Asian community can follow that blueprint to the T and just open it up.
Right.
But people hate complication, especially going into entrepreneurship. I don't believe that everybody is a visionary, right? You got some people who can follow a system because, remember, we were all taught to follow systems from children. Go to school, go to lunch, go to break, do our homework, come back to school every day, and we're doing that every single day of our entire lives. So people follow systems. Very rarely do you have somebody that goes the opposite way of the system to start something, creative.
Right.
So what we did was we wanted to create a simple system, a simple blueprint that when we license out the Jumping Jack Tax brand to you or whoever's listening to this, basically you hop on, we give you the blueprint, and you'll be able to start generating revenue right away. And that's the reason why it's becoming so popular, because people are like, wow, I didn't know how simple it was for me to do this. Now, I'm not saying simplicity in the sense of you don't got to do work, because with any system, you still got to work hard. Mm-hmm. But the work required to build the foundational piece of the business, that's the part that they're skipping over to be able to start generating revenue. And that's what made Jumping Jack Tax super unique. I don't think that we did anything different than other tax companies, other than the fact that we did, of course, implement technology, but technology was still already around in the tax industry to begin with. You have other tax companies that have way bigger budgets for technology, but right. I think that we brought such a great, cool perspective, a fresh and cool perspective, and we also brought the culture to the company. What do I mean by the culture? Well, when you look at a lot of other tax companies, many of them are ran by those of the white community,
Absolutely.
Or maybe not the white community, of other nationalities that are not African American or other minorities such as Hispanic. So when we brought the culture, we now brought this vision to where the everyday person can do taxes from their home, and they got a sweatsuit on and they look really cool like an everyday individual. So with that being said, it made everybody say, wow, you look just like me and you prepare taxes and generate money. I didn't know that I could do that. And now everybody is like, hey, this is a great opportunity for me.
It really is, because of the fact that the the young generation, and you guys are the young generation, get such a bad rap. You want to do things, you don't work hard. You want to run before you crawl. But I love the fact that again, you're talking to your audience, okay? And I tell you right now, that audience you're talking to, I probably wouldn't reach. Because I'm not relatable. Because I'm there. I look like their father. I look like their uncle. So they might go, okay. But then you looking at you two, attractive, intelligent, articulate couple, saying you can be me. In that same age range, 22, 23, 24, 26, I can be you. Well, how can I be you? Then you guys start talking. Then Dana start talking. And when she get tired, Prince take over. I got you, baby. Tag team. We're going to go get this money. We're going to get paid. We're going to let these young people know they can be just like us. They can be millionaires at 22. They can be millionaires at 25 correctly. That is what.
Absolutely.
That's why I'm so motivated when I talk to you two, because at 22, I didn't know who Rushion McDonald was. It took me 7 years to graduate from college. So I was,
Wow.
I was trying to figure it out. And then when I figured it out, I was still allowing other people to direct me. You shouldn't do that, Rushion. Rushion, I don't know about that. Because what I've learned is that you cannot talk to people who cannot understand your dreams. Because you cannot talk to somebody who goes to work and realizes they want a career as a 40-hour week career. Because they know what they're gonna do. They're a bank, and there's nothing negative. They know they're gonna be as a bank teller. They know what they're gonna do if they're a chef. They know what they're gonna do if they're a truck driver or a data management person. They know. But if you ask me what I do every day, I'm gonna really go. I really don't feel like telling you because it's so tiring because it changes every day. Isn't that correct, Dana?
Yeah, absolutely. But I think there's something extraordinary that you mentioned. I would say, once again, the only reason we are here, and I think this is very important to say out loud because I hate the idea of like everyone's on social media being quote unquote successful, but yet you don't know their history and not understanding where their money comes from. Because money, like whenever you buy something, there's a receipt. Whenever you got the IRS sees money has been transferred, it needs to be taxed. Right? So there needs to be a clear history. Okay, how are these young, stupid kids who are, like you said, what older people call us, they're so stupid, they're just young, they're just running real fast, they don't know what they're doing.
Yes.
Like, how is it that they're 20, 25-year-old millionaires? And the answer is because this is what happens when you build a strong foundation in the household and you mix old wisdom with young stamina. And that is the key. That's important. Is when you mix old wisdom.
That's the title of your book, girl. That's the title of your book.
We were given by our Father an extraordinary plan. And I think that's something that we need to just remember is that the goal isn't for your kids to go figure it out, go into more debt, and then make decisions trying to look for their life when we're supposed to be starting life with 30, 40 years of experience, however old your parents are. And so when our dad looked at us and said, yo, I see your gifts and I see your talents, right? Don, you're good with numbers and you're good with finances, right? And then Dana, I see you're good with communication skills and I see you're good with marketing and I see that you're good at bringing people together for a common goal and a cause. You guys would be great. Let's actually pick a product or a service that actually is beneficial to our community. And so once again, it started with our co-founders and we were our dad's first co-founders. Right. Now as we push the envelope and we're taking on the next generation, we will be the co-founders of the next generation of the family now when my father dies. And so we are only in the tax business because there was wisdom that said, hey, this is extraordinary service that you better take this over. But what happens is the reason why we're jumping so far ahead of these other companies, like I won't even say their names because they don't pay us, right, is they're not listening to young people.
No.
They're not listening to us. And mind you, they're not even utilizing our stamina to say, yo, I got these young kids who are willing to fight for a cause and bring people together, so let me use them. So once again, our lane was so open, I believe 100% God chose us for this because he saw that our families was willing to share money, share information, share opportunity, and that's the only reason why we're here today is because God saw that we were a family that was going to rise up a nation of other minority families to be self-sufficient, self-reliant, and capable of making money so that we don't fall behind the eight ball when these jobs are sitting there just firing us because computers are taking over. So that's specifically why my dad gave us wisdom and we built the company.
There you go. See, I'll tell you, I just love talking to DNP. Now, let me just tell you something about this this conversation we're having. How does one reach out? How does one get in touch about becoming a part of the Jumping Jack Tax platform and the bookkeeping software service, Jack Books?
Yeah, download the Jumping Jack Tax app. All our contact information is in there. Don't ever be afraid to give us a call. But most importantly, like, and I just want to thank you for such an extraordinary platform. Is like, dude, we can't keep listening to inspirational content but doing nothing with what God breathes. Inspire means God breathes. And so my thing is, when God breathes life into your mind, whoever's listening, whoever's watching, when God says something to you and gives you that bright idea or that very thing that says, you know what, I need to make a change, do something about it. Act on it. Stop listening to inspirational content. Stop watching it on social media, on Instagram 50 million times, and let's do something about it. We are not out here for our health. We're not out here for you to watch us, but most importantly, we're out here to make sure you can provide for your family. So please download the Jumping Jack Tax app and support the co-founders. We're just trying to do everything we possibly can to make sure our families are good and not just ours, yours too.
Now, Prince, you amen. Can I get amen right there? I got to throw amen. Let everybody know. You don't transition from that without saying amen or hallelujah. Now, Prince, you got
hallelujah.
Hey,
But I
Prince,
want to say thank you so much, and I'm so proud of what you're doing, and I'm glad that wisdom like you helps and puts their hand down to rise up young people like us. And I just want to say thank you so much. And this show is so extraordinary for that, and I'm just so grateful.
I'm just tell you something. It's it took me a minute to figure out what Rushion, what my next step in life. I've had a tremendous amount of success in my life, but this next step, my legacy, this is my legacy journey. To be able to create this platform, be able to come on here. Hey, $9.99 gonna pop up when you click on my YouTube channel, my links. So this is free information. I'm fortunate to get people like you to come on my show. There's no negative spirit on this show, so you can tell people, look, this is how we do it. Hard work is always tied to success. Goal planning, consistency, that's always. And now when we got this new fragrance line, that's why I wanted to bring you on the show. Go, man, they stepping over there. They stepping in the smell good lane. Co-founders on Valentine's Day, that's the launch day, Prince?
Absolutely.
Launch date is February 14th, 2020. Yep, 100%.
Now, you got any pre-order banners?
Which is also one of our companies, but we wanted to not just drop the perfume and cologne line, but we wanted to show people, hey, you don't need permission.
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't need someone to tell you that you can do this. We are 100% the owners of the co-founder name. We're owners of, we trademarked that. We're owners of the actual product itself and all the content, and we're owners of the actual distribution platform. And so we're here to support not just us, but the other people on Carl Bible. But 100%. We are very, very excited, and we just wanted a fragrance because it is our love and our obedience to God. And when we became co-founders and became married, we brought two families together. That just broke so many generational curses. Like, do you know that we were the first ever for our family, our little brothers and sisters, to see a wedding?
In your family.
We've
awesome.
never even seen our parents get married before. So this is a huge thing for us, for our family, for young black couples to see, there's no reason to go looking for something you're not going to find, but to find purpose in your spouse, and you might as well start getting to work for God as soon as possible because your time is limited.
No, in hearing both of you two talk, there's a responsibility that comes because, you're asking people to step out. And it's not, and the part I like is that it's not about just stepping out on faith, but stepping out on a plan. And also you remind people there's a lot of work involved. Let's not just don't get in line with me if you hope this gonna happen. I sure hope I get some money. I sure hope I get this. I get my taxes done. I sure hope I can start a business with them. There's a business principle that's put in place. And that carries with a responsibility because people can follow you out there and then not realizing that there's a certain time commitment that has to be put in place. In saying that, Dana, what is the responsibility of being who you two are when you're out there marketing, when you're out there talking to people about being successful, that you can do it, create your own legacy within the minority community?
I think the responsibility is showing ownership over the things that you have as opposed to what you got. I think one of the biggest things I tell people all the time is there's a difference between what you own versus what you got.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, and this is what we want to explain to people. This is the reason why we go into all of these different lanes, because we want to show the blueprint. I'll give a clear example of what that means. When people go to college, for example, and they go and get a degree, they think that they own a degree, but what they actually got is a degree. And what I mean by that is, my definition of ownership is when you have the ability to sell or transfer an asset at any given time, at any given price, whenever you feel like it, right? I can, because I own it. I own the name. I own the rights.
Right.
Now, when you got something, my definition of what you got basically means that you're holding this asset for the true owner, but while you're holding it, it comes with perks.
Right.
Right? This is my definition of what you got. So my idea is when you go to college, right? You go to college, you get a degree. You don't own a degree, you got a degree, because if I got a degree, basically it meant that I could transfer or sell that degree to somebody else if I wanted to, because I control the rules of the degree. But the university told me, no, I can't do that. They said, no, you can't do that. This is yours. Somebody else got to go get it.
Right.
So that means you have the right to sell.
Right.
So us, what we're trying to do is...
They call that cheating. They call that cheating.
Ownership.
This is
So we're
awesome.
trying to show true ownership, and basically in the sense of, hey, own your name. Hey, own intellectual properties. Hey, own your ideas. Hey, own real estate. Hey, own stocks and bonds. Hey, own whatever it is that you have the ability to sell or transfer down to your children or to somebody else for profit, or in a sense of, if the economy were to collapse right now, do I have anything to sell to be able to transfer it for the newest asset that makes my family comfortable? What if that newest asset is rice? Because we all need rice in order to eat, but money no longer exists. Fiat money is no longer around. So now if I don't have money no more because that has no value, do I have some sort of asset that I own that I can transfer now to say, hey, I need to eat, I need to take care of my family? And that's basically all we're trying to do as co-founders, is just push that message that, yo, keep owning, and keep owning. Some things that you own may not have any value. Some things that you own may collapse. Other things that you own, though, might end up increasing in value. And the more that you keep trying to own things, the more that it's going to, something's going to stick that you're now going to be able to transfer and have access to have with your family. But I just preach the ownership part as opposed to people chasing the things that they got that can be taken from them at any given time.
Oh, my man. I'm talking to the creators of Cofounders, fragrance line for men and women that will drop on Valentine's Day of this year. Sprinkle of Jesus, the #1 Christian mobile app with over 5 million and counting users. Curl Bible, which is the #1 black-owned online beauty supply distribution store. And Jumping Jack Tax, the fastest growing tax preparation service company in the country. They're the best. DNP, that's what I call them, DNP. Dana and Prince, DNP. I want to thank y'all for taking the time to come on the show. Make sure you owe me some banners, you owe me some information. You know how we doing on Money Making Conversation. I got love for you. Let me help you spread the love of DNP, Dana and Prince. Doing my thing. My young couple.
Thank you so much.
We talk soon. Appreciate you.